and thanks for joining us on Close Up, the weekly wrap-up of major stories. I'm Bethlehem Taye, and here is the lineup of our programs for today. As part of the 50th anniversary of the commencement of diplomatic relations between Ethiopia and Canada, that country's business delegation has been in Ethiopia to look for investment opportunities here. The delegation attended the Ethio-Canada Investment Summit that aims to scale up trade and investment cooperation between the two countries. Bezat Yoel has compiled the following story. Stay with us.
Ethiopia is a country with untapped investment potential in agriculture, livestock, agro-processing, manufacturing, mining and construction sectors. It is one of the fastest growing economies in Africa with a strategic geographical location, political stability and attractive business climate. Ethiopia and Canada established formal diplomatic relations in 1965. As part of the 50th anniversary of the commencement of diplomatic relations, a Canadian business delegation has been in Ethiopia to look for investment opportunities here. The delegation took part in the Ethio-Canada Investment Summit that aims to scale up trade and investment ties between the two countries. Trade flows between Canada and Ethiopia are modest but with potential for growth. According to Burtukana Yano, Ethiopian ambassador to Canada, the trade and investment cooperation between the two countries is still insignificant compared with the long-standing diplomatic ties the two countries have been enjoying.
We have long-standing relations, but if you see in terms of trade and investment, we are lagging behind. That's why this kind of mission is needed. If you see the trade volume between Canada and Ethiopia, it's very low. So that's why we want to work more on this.
Ethiopia offers attractive investment incentives, including duty and quota-free importation of machineries and tax holiday, among others. The Canadian team was briefed on this and other investment opportunities while conferring with pertinent ministries and officials of Ethiopian government.
The most important point is about trade and investment, about opportunities that we can find in Ethiopia, and the readiness, the commitment of government to support them in their effort, of course, to work in Ethiopia. Well, we're looking at promoting Canadian trade and investment with Ethiopia, so they're coming to see what the business climate is like and whether it is a good country to do business in. I think they had very good information from the Ethiopian government, and I think now with the information they're going to go home and think about their next steps and how to look at doing business with Ethiopia.
Members of the business delegation were delighted with the explanations they received on investment opportunities in Ethiopia.
I was very impressed with all the details we were provided with. It sounds like Ethiopia is really among the best nations in Africa, and I really think that it's a perfect location to invest.
I see it's a great opportunity for all the Canadian companies, and we want to learn more about Ethiopia, and I believe this is the best country to come and invest.
Great growth in this country. We're delighted to see all the infrastructure programs that are going on, the rail system, and I think Canada has, we've got Canadian firms involved in that as well, and we're delighted to bring more of our companies here. We're hoping in short order that we'll have a FIFA agreement signed as well between our two governments that will again assure other investors that their investments are secure in Ethiopia.
There are about 173 Canadian companies licensed to do business in Ethiopia, out of which 13 have already been engaged in mining and oil sectors. Ethiopia seeks the Canadian investors promote knowledge and technology transfer.
We want, if we see it in a specific center, we want Canadian companies to invest in mining, in energy, in infrastructure, and also in technology transfer, because Canada has a huge expertise and high-tech technologies in this regard.
Ethiopia stands ready to gain from the technical expertise that Canada has to offer, and bringing the expertise here and creating those opportunities for the Ethiopian people.
7 of the visiting investors have made commitments to invest in mining, energy and manufacturing sectors.
And we had a varied mix of delegates that came with us on this mission in the ICT sector, housing, energy, agricultural processing as well. And they're leaving here with commitments to the ministry and to the government of Ethiopia that they will come back and make investments here, creating necessary jobs, especially for the young people, as well as the falling in line with the mandate of the government in eradicating poverty. So I'm delighted about the opportunities that they will bring to Ethiopia.
From technology perspective, I've done from infrastructure solution, application layer, operations, call center, so I can bring an end-to-end solution which would be very beneficial to Ethiopia at this time. And I do also understand that Ethiopia has a great education system, and our company could be mentoring a lot of Ethiopian engineers and computer science graduates and help them to flourish. And as a team, we will be successful in helping the businesses in this country.
With 60% young population, Ethiopia provides abundant young and easily trainable labor force for potential investors. Senator Don Meredith believes the Canadian firms would generate enormous job opportunities for young Ethiopians in information and technology sectors.
That our young people are not just a percentage of our population, but they're 100% of our future. And they're 100% of Ethiopia's future. And we need to find ways to economically engage them, create jobs, opportunities for them. Basically, I mean, we're looking at waste to energy. So a number of jobs will be created as a result of a plant being established here by a Canadian entity. We have the mining sector as well that will allow for further jobs to be created in that sector. We have the ICT sector as well, in terms of technology and the young people being educated in the technology and communication field, being able to find jobs.
Ethiopia enjoys quota-free market access from the European Union and the US, which enable investors to export their products to Western markets. Ethiopia exports raw materials, oilseeds and flour to Canada, while it imports capital goods and machineries with a trade volume in favor of Canada. The engagement of Canadian investors in manufacturing sectors is expected to narrow the gap in the trade balance.
The trade is in a deficit in terms of just where it could be, making sure that Canadian firms come here to look at these opportunities, and so that we can begin to export more out of Ethiopia into our Canadian marketplace. We've got, provinces that need your textile. That's a great opportunity. Agricultural products that are necessary in our country can be exported, and we can see the imbalance being shifted in terms of opportunities where the trade can be improved.
The visit by the Canadian investment delegation has been successful in exploring trade, investment and business opportunities in Ethiopia. This year we'll see more Canadian investors coming to Ethiopia as the two countries reinforce 50 years of robust friendship to excel cooperation in business and investment.